Hey everybody, Joe here from 360 Comics. Today I'm going to be showing you one of the most spread out and diversified little comic hauls that I got from one comic store. We've got Silver Age, Bronze Age, Copper Age, and Modern Age. We've got DC, Marvel, and Indie, and we've even got Raw books and one slab, so stick around to the end to see what I got graded. Before we dive in, just a couple of quick reminders. Head on over to Instagram and enter our 3,000 follower giveaway. We're less than 100 followers away, so that definitely will be ending very soon. I'll probably pick a winner this weekend. And also this Sunday, I'm picking a winner for the Free Comic Book Day giveaway. Check out our Free Comic Book Day video where you can learn how to win all 53 books from Free Comic Book Day 2021. One of my favorite things about going out of state for vacation or whatever reason is checking out new comic book stores in new areas that you've never been to before. You can find some cool stuff, maybe things you've never seen before, check out a new shop, and even meet people in the community. I was driving back from my vacation in North Carolina last week, heading back to Philadelphia, and my initial plan was to stop at 3 comic book stores. Well, it turns out the first store that I stopped at was so great that I just wanted to use all my time that I had allotted for comic book shopping at this one store. So I ended up staying there for a little over an hour and picking up some really awesome stuff. If you're ever in the Virginia Beach area, definitely check out Comic Kings. They've got a little bit of everything as well as some gaming stuff. There were tons of people there playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, and I think Flesh and Blood, which is a newer card game as well. We're going to do things in roughly chronological order today, starting all the way back in the Silver Age of comics. Here we've got DC Showcase 74, the first appearance of Anthro. And if you haven't heard of the character Anthro before, not a big deal. He wasn't super popular back then, and he's only made some minor appearances in the last couple decades. This was his first appearance, and he did go on to having an ongoing series as well. Speaking of that ongoing series, we've got Anthro #1 right here, the first book in the ongoing series from 1968. Like I said, it didn't last very long. He wasn't a super popular character, but he has come back a couple times, mostly in the 2000s actually, to make an appearance as a supporting character. I have no doubt that we'll see Anthro at some point again. He's a cool character to kind of throw in there, kind of DC's version of Kazar. We're staying in the Silver Age, but moving over to Marvel now with Prince Namor, the Savage Submariner, number 66. This is the last time he is seen in his original, green Speedo kind of a costume. He goes on in the next issue, 67, to wear kind of like a blue vest kind of thing. But this is a classic costume, classic book from the Silver Age, and I've been picking up a lot of Namor stuff recently due to all the speculation about the MCU. There was rumors about a character being cast already, as well as people speculating that due to the Atlantean and Wakandan kind of beef thing going, that there might be an appearance in Black Panther 2. We'll see. Like I always say, I don't like to, think that rumors are true until they are absolutely confirmed. But without a doubt, Submariner will be coming to the MCU at some point. And, picking up books now, especially Silver Age stuff, is probably a good idea. Again, not financial advice or anything, but just something that I'm doing. Back to DC for some Silver Age Batman. We've got Batman 225. It's not a key issue, but it is a Neal Adams cover, which is honestly almost as good as being a key issue. There are tons of collectors out there that collect Neal Adams Batman stuff. The keys obviously are, the first and foremost, as well as the classic covers. But really, any cover from Neal Adams is great. And on this one, we've got a wanted poster for Batman saying that he's a murderer on the side of a building. We've got Batman jumping overhead, this really cool perspective shot taken from the ground. Neal Adams really does no wrong, especially on these Batman covers from the 60s and 70s. Had to have this one. It was a really affordable price, so I picked it up. Sticking with Batman here, but going over to Detective Comics from the Bronze Age, we've got number 452, and it's an interesting kind of like minor key here. There's a group of criminals in here called the Crime Exchange, and two of the characters were drawn in with the likeness of none other than Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. They've been drawn into so many Marvel books over the years, and Indie and DC as well. This is a great example of that. They aren't named or anything like that, but if you look through here, you can see there's a Stan Lee kind of sitting back in a chair on the phone, and Jack Kirby standing up, kind of overseeing the whole crime syndicate there. Pretty cool little homage to two of the greats. Bouncing back over to Marvel, but staying in the Bronze Age, we've got Daredevil number 124. This is the first appearance of the villain Copperhead. It's got a really great cover with Copperhead on it. You know I love to see that first appearance of a character with them on the cover. And he's attacking Daredevil here, kind of in a life or death situation. Great cover, great first appearance, definitely worth picking up. And a second Daredevil book as well, this time number 167. This is the first appearance and death of the Mauler, a character that did not stick around for very long. But I think what makes this a kind of coveted book is the fact that Frank Miller does the art on it. His Daredevil run is, really sought after. This is, let's see, he started on 158 or 159, so this is only the 10th book of his run. It's got this really cool cover with, an up close of Daredevil featured on the front with all this stuff going around the outside. If you ever see this book, definitely pick it up. There's a lot to look at on the cover. Frank Miller does a great job. Fast forward to the Copper Age now. We've got the only 3 Copper Age books that I picked up from this store. Web of Spider-Man 5, 7, and 9. They're not key issues, but they were in the dollar bin, and I really wanted to, at some point, complete this Web of Spider-Man run. It's really inexpensive, and there's tons of great stories featuring a lot of classic characters. And this cover is really, really awesome, especially with the trailer that we just got. Doc Ock stuff is hot right now. The other 2 covers are great too. We've got some, mid to late 80s Spider-Man goodness. I'm happy with it for $1, filling out a run. Great buy. On to the modern age now, and we've got the only indie book that I bought from this store. From IDW, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 96, the first full appearance of Jennika, who eventually becomes the 5th turtle, a big character of the modern age, probably the most important first appearance in modern TMNT stuff. And, this is the first full appearance, like I said, but the first cameo in 95, the issue before, is actually more expensive than this one. But I picked it up. It's still, a sought-after key, and they had a second printing as well, which the only difference is the logo up here, I think, is red instead of blue, the IDW logo. I decided to leave that one behind and just grab this one. They were actually marked at the same price, so why not get the first printing? Another book from the dollar bin here. We've got Amazing Spider-Man number 620. Not a key issue, but look at this cover. How could you not want to buy this book, especially for $1? We've got all red, kind of using that negative space going on there. We've got Spider-Man smashing Mysterio's orb helmet. What do we even call that? Let's call it an orb. That's what it is. The fishbowl on top of Mysterio's head. Really great cover. Marcus Martin did this cover, and it's awesome. Definitely worth $1. This is a great display piece, and maybe a little bit of speculation based upon how cool the cover is. How's this for a modern book? This thing only came out just a handful of months ago. This is Batman 96, the first appearance of Clown Hunter, who just got a solo book probably a week or 2 ago. It was marked at cover price $4, so I picked it up. You know, it's a little key first appearance, and you know, if those characters go on in this current new Rogues Gallery from James Tynion, if they go on to do some more things, which I'd like to see them do because they're really cool characters, you know, this could pop a little bit. Definitely worth picking up for cover price. Even more recent than that Batman 96, we got 10 issues later, Batman 106. This is the first cameo appearance of Miracle Molly, another one of those newer characters that has appeared recently in the James Tynion Batman run, that honestly I think could go on to do some better things. And even better than that, this killer cover. All yellow background makes everything else pop. We've got a purple Batman symbol. You know I love purple if you've heard me talk about cover art before. And this book actually did make my top 10 covers of all time list. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. But look at what is in this Batman silhouette. We've got this Gotham skyline. We've got this super creepy scarecrow hanging off of like a building or something. Love this art. It's also a little first appearance. Picking it up for cover price was definitely something that I was very happy to do. Last but certainly not least, we've got the only graded book I picked up at this shop, Batman 666, the first appearance of Damian Wayne as Batman, as well as the first appearance of Professor Pig. They kind of launched themselves 15, 16 years into the future. Damian has taken over the mantle of Batman, and I think it's a cool concept. I really like Damian as a character and would like to see this explored a little bit more. Never know what the future will hold for this character, but I think Damian is definitely in it for the long run. Of course, this is a 9.8 white pages book from CGC, and really for modern books, I only really want 9.8 white pages. Anything else from the past 20 years, I really don't want. Even going back 30 years, most of the books I would want to be, you know, 9.8 white pages. So this was the only grade I really would buy this book in. They had it. It was a super good price, about 20% lower than kind of what the market was at right now. I was happy to see that. And, you know, given, you know, my love for this character and this amazing, like, hellscape fire cover art, definitely worth picking up from the shop. In addition to this graded Batman beauty, these other two books fell into my top 3 from this haul. We've got a Frank Miller Daredevil and a Silver Age Key first appearance. I was really happy to find these out in the wild, and I definitely will go back to this store. Remember, it's Comic Kings in Virginia Beach. Next time I'm there, I'm sure to stop in again. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video. I really appreciate all the love and support that you've given this YouTube channel and the Instagram and all that stuff. It really means a lot to me. Don't forget, enter those 2 giveaways, one on YouTube, one on Instagram. And I'll be picking a winner probably within the next week for both of them. And then announcing, of course, some more giveaways. So stay tuned for those. And until next time, turn the page, wash your hands.